What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. It is the 9th day of November, and here we are at about $2.31 with 8 hours left in the day. Consolidating still at the base of this area that we've been at really since the 10th of October. I do have a theory that we're in some kind of megaphone pattern, a broadening bottom pattern. We're at the base of this now, and we should be moving to the upside here any day now. I mean, it could be today, if not over the coming days. If this is a megaphone pattern, if we're interpreting this the right way, and I just want to draw it here on the 4-hour time frame, we take these this low perhaps over here, connect the dots down here, right? We take these highs here, connect the dots here, right? We've got some kind of megaphone pattern going on. If this is an accurate representation of what we're seeing here, then from a high to a low, the breakout move should take us to about $3.60, which coincidentally, conveniently enough, is all the way up at our all-time high area. It's literally like right there with our all-time high. So if and when we break out of this range, we should see a very abrupt move to our current all-time high area. And that's just the measure move. Maybe we stop a little bit below, maybe we stop a little bit above. It's just an idea. We can fall short or exceed that idea, but something nice, well above $3, just below $4 is what's expected when we do, in fact, get above, what's this level here? About $2.70, okay? Looking at the 1-hour time frame, zooming in a little bit here, looks productive right now. I have to say the price action looks productive. The 1-hour RSI looks bullish, getting overbought, rejecting the oversold zone, getting back into the overbought zone here. Stochastics look bullish. In the MACD, you have crossed below the zero, but overall you've got a very nice upward trajectory here with your oscillators, your lines, the blue and the orange line, finding support in this kind of trajectory, and you're moving back above the zero line here with your oscillator, so that's good as well. All good things on the short-term stuff. Makes me think that we do want to move higher. If we move higher from here at all, really, we're breaking out of this little triangle, so I would think that does promote more growth, and this might kick us off to that inevitable trek, that journey up to our all-time high areas. We'll see. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we got a long ways to go before we're starting to think about new all-time highs. Not that long though. It's actually not that far away. Really, once we're here, once we're above about 270, I think then it's nothing but all-time highs that should be on our mind, right? Once we're above there, because then we're breaking out of this range. Unless if it is a megaphone pattern like we think it is, then maybe it's not this line that we have to watch, but more, something around like 280. Maybe it's these lows that we have to watch. I don't know, but something in that area, right? 4-hour time frame here. The RSI is productive. We do have higher lows here. We do have higher highs here as well. Building. You'll get to the overbought zone probably sometime on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and see some growth there. Likely a breakout of this overall range should happen, I think, next week. We should be, if not at $3 next week, then certainly on approach to $3 by the end of next week. That would be my thoughts, if not even above. We very well could close next week. By this day, next Sunday, next week, we could be closing above $3. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Stochastics look good, and the MACD on the 4-hour time frame, we're getting ready to cross the zero. We're not quite there yet. Typically, you do get a push going into this cross, and then you kind of consolidate for a little bit, and then we'll probably continue to push higher afterwards. So next week should be a good week, you guys. I think we'll push between today and maybe Monday. We'll push up to 270, 280, somewhere in this area. We'll consolidate maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, we'll start to break out, and that's when we'll see that move above $3. Mark my words, man. I think it's going to happen exactly like this. We'll move up into tomorrow, consolidate into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we pump, and then by the end of the week we're up above $3, well above $3. That'd be my guess. Looking good here. Daily time frame, bouncing off the oversold zone, bullish divergence on the MACD. Yeah, you got bullish divergence on the RSI too. What's nice here is let me try to explain this with something that we've seen before. Maybe that's a good example. That might be a good example. Just you can see when you're getting overbought and then you start to reject the overbought zone, that's problematic. Here you're getting deep in the overbought zone, okay? You're coming up, you're getting in the overbought zone again, but then finally you find resistance at the overbought zone instead of actually getting into it. And by that time, you were no longer moving higher, you actually started moving lower, right? That was your lower high, and you actually started moving lower. Same kind of thought here, but to the opposite effect. You're getting oversold, you're getting less oversold, and now you're bouncing off the oversold zone, all while you're getting bullish divergence, I might add. But you're showing signs of readiness to turn around. We were moving down since July. We're ready to turn around now here in November to the upside. That's my thoughts. And we should be returning to the upside again, I mean, over the coming week. 7 hours, 53 minutes left in this week. We're leaving behind a pretty big wick right now. Over half of this candle is a wick at this point in time. About half, but over half technically. And if we move up the next 7 hours, 53 minutes, which I do think we will a little bit, then there will only be a bigger wick left behind. When we do break out of this zone as a whole, we'll be exploring new all-time highs altogether, and we should make short work of prices in between here and like $6, I would think. Looking at XRP on a monthly time frame, you take a high, you take a low, and really we're just going to teleport to $8 and beyond. 837 is the technical next target. I'm not saying we don't show any significance there. We probably do to some degree. But this move, this next move, right, there were levels. We look at a monthly time frame here. It looks like we just moved straight up. But there were levels that we found significance on for resistance at various levels throughout that whole time, right? Looks like you just made a straight move up all the way here. There will be probably some resistance at about 837. But ultimately, I think this move is going to take us, I think we're prepared for a move that will take us to about 1357 or higher. Again, with the 1414, it's very common to wick just above it. You don't. It's less common to actually tip it for resistance. It's even less common to stop just below it. It's the most common to wick a little bit above it, and then close below it. And that's how you know you're finding resistance there. And I'm thinking this makes the most sense because it's the only target that really makes sense. I don't think that we're going to stop at 837. While that would be nice growth from here, 231, you've been consolidating for over a year. After a move like this, I think you're going to continue at that pace. I think you'll move up here. To me, 837 just doesn't make any sense. And I believe XRP will see $27. I believe we'll even see above that by the end of this cycle, nonetheless. But I don't believe we're just going to move up from here to 27 bucks. Wouldn't that be something? If I'm wrong, in other words, what I'm trying to say is I think we're going to go to 1357 or higher, maybe like 1357 to 16 bucks, 17 bucks, something just above the 1414 there. And if I'm wrong, I would think that I'm only wrong in the sense that we'd far exceed my expectations, man. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think by the end of the year, if not by the end of January, we will likely see something around $13.56 to $15, $16, $17, whatever. I got nothing else. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. XRP has a lot of momentum behind it right now. We're just waiting to let that momentum do its thing. We're caging the beast right now. Whenever that cage door is open, man, it's gonna fly right up to 13 bucks. Mark my words. Hit the like button. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.